Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to one and all present. I am Sahil Chauhan, a core member of AWS User Group Dehradun, and I am thrilled to welcome you to day 7 of our AWS Generative AI Bootcamp. As we have already completed 60% of our journey, it has been incredible. On July 9th, we had an enlightening session in which we almost covered all the things we learned till now in our Generative AI Bootcamp, and I hope it was helpful to polish our learnings. Today, we promise to. Okay, my voice is echoing or what? Let me just
I
check
can hear you
this.
fine, Sahil. I can hear you fine.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. So, so today we promise to deliver even more value as we delve into this crucial topic of image generation and style transfer. Okay, thank you all once again for joining us on day 7. Your presence here reflects your commitment to learning and exploring the cutting edge technologies in AWS and generative AI. Today, we are honored to have Hemkant with us, AWS, with extensive experience in cloud computing and data strategy. He brings a wealth of knowledge and practical insight into implementing innovative solutions using AWS services. Using Hemkant will be leading today's session on image generation and style transfer, where he will share valuable insights and practical strategies for leveraging these capabilities in AWS. Today, we have an exciting agenda lined up also. To kick off, he will begin with insightful discussions on these advanced techniques. Adding to it, we will learn how to utilize AWS tools effectively for leveraging these capabilities in AWS.
Yes, Sahil, I lost you. I'm not able to hear you, Sahil. Can anybody else hear him? Can somebody comment if you're able to hear Sahil?
Sorry, sir. I guess there is some network issue. So I'll be continuing.
Okay.
So, today we are honored to have Hemkant with us. He is a senior solutions architect at AWS with extensive experience in cloud computing and data strategy. He brings a wealth of knowledge and practical insights into implementing innovative solutions using AWS services. Hemkant will be leading today's session on image generation and style transfer, where he will share valuable insights and practical strategies for leveraging these capabilities in AWS. So, today we have an exciting agenda lined up. To kick off, he will begin with insightful discussions on these advanced techniques. Adding to it, we will learn how to utilize AWS tools effectively for image related tasks. I request you all to stay engaged and participate actively throughout the session and secure a chance to win exciting rewards. Now, without any further ado, I request Mr. Hemkant to address and start. Stage is all yours, sir. Let's get started.
Hey, hi everyone. Thanks for joining Friday evening. I know it's end of the week almost, and um, what I'll do is I'll cover all the different aspects about the image generation and style transfer. But before going ahead, a little introduction about myself. I've been working with AWS for last 2 years, almost 2 years, as a senior solution architect, and I've been working day in and day out with all the cloud services, helping customers on their cloud journey, and working from all the way from core infrastructure till bedrock. Overall, I've been working in this industry for like now 18 years. So I have covered a lot of ground from right from infrastructure setup, app development, architecture, and cloud as well. So what we'll do is we'll cover some of the aspects about the image generation, and we'll do most of the things pretty hands-on. See, I don't want to bore you with all the different theory, but we will cover theory just from the basic understanding about what are the different services and how it can be done, and we'll straight away go to the console and we'll start playing around with multiple things. It is going to be very exciting, and I'm also hoping that you will enjoy the entire presentation as well, right? So um, I'm just sharing my screen, and what we can do is we will look at the presentation and we can move forward from them. Could somebody please confirm if you're able to see the presentation?
Yeah, it is visible, Hemkant.
Okay, okay, so I'll move it. Okay, good. So let's start. So today we will see the unleashing of visual creativity with Amazon Bedrock. So specifically, we'll talk about the image generation and style transfer. Basically, style transfer is like an image variation as well. So we'll cover those aspects of the presentation today. So the agenda is looking at the Amazon Bedrock image generation capabilities, then image style transfer capabilities, and we'll also look at the Amazon Rekognition is one of the other AIML computer vision service that is available with Amazon. How effectively it can be used, and it can pair with different business applications together also, and some use cases as well, right? So before we go ahead and talk about the Bedrock and other things, I would like to, you know, bring your attention to some of the different aspects when we talk about the image generation. So we want to know what is the importance of visual content in this today's world. See, today's world, images forms a very crucial part of our human understanding and expressions. So as people say, a picture is worth 1,000 words, because our human mind, your human brain can process image and understand it very easily than processing those words or reading those words, remembering those. So where do you need this kind of visual content? What are the areas that you need a large amount of images, right? It could be social media, because nowadays everybody is using social media to a very large extent, and at that point of time you need images. You take the images, you edit it, you put on some filters and those kind of things, right? Second aspect of these content image digital content is effective communication. So when I say effective communication, it could be advertisements. So when you have those advertisements or logos, so that creates an impactful impression. So consider any famous logo. I'm not going to take any names, any famous logo. Just by looking at the logo, you can tell the brand name, right? That's how powerful those logos are. And those logos come with that power because those are like the visual content. Your brain intercepts those visual contexts in a very different way than the words or the text, right? So it becomes a very important tool when you start communicating to the masses. So it creates that powerful impact and a statement as well. The next aspect of the image and content is your learning. So as a part of learning, we introduce multiple digital content in terms of architectures, in terms of flowcharts, in terms of boxes, or in terms of a very higher level flow diagram or state chart diagram, so that you will able to understand from where the data is moving, how the business flows are working, or any abstract concept if you want to explain. Images forms a very important tool. And last but not the least is the creativity. So nowadays everybody is moving to the digital art. There are still traditional art with pen, pencil, colors, oils, and everything. But digital art is also taking a mainstream seat, because everything is developed at a very high content, high resolution digital images that are used as a part of your business application, be it a website, be it your galleries, or be it your advertisements, right? So as a part of that importance, how important it is. So if you see this different surveys, around 1.8 trillion photos are taken every year, right? Can you imagine 1.8 trillion every year? And out of that, 15 plus billion images are AI generated. So that's how large the adoption of AI is in today's world to generate images. It could be used for different purposes, as I said, social media, effective communication, learning, and creativity, right? But what are the challenges in generating this kind of images and searching or content creation? Anybody, any guess? I'll cover. So one is the first is the scalability. You will not be able to generate that much amount of images in a very small amount of time, you know, to that level of quality. So scalability is one of the aspect. So if you want to scale, if you want to have a plethora of images that you need for a specific product, so you will not be able to generate that kind of images on your own, right? Second aspect is the quality. So when you generate an image or you build an image, you create an image, you need to have that kind of quality, like HD or 4K or 5K kind of images, which you need at that quality, right? The next aspect is copyright and intellectual property. You can't just go on the internet and just download any image and put it in your website. You can't, because every image is protected by their intellectual property rights, or it is copyrighted. So you can't just go and fetch the images. There are some websites which provides free images, but that is fine. But there are many good amount of content which is available, which is copyrighted. The next aspect is access. You will not be able to get the image that you want, or the image that you are imagining, or that image that will resonate well with you, just like that. You will have to search tons and tons of websites, tons and tons of images. Then you will be able to find the right image that will suit your use case or suit your requirement. So that is, these are the different challenges in today's world when you talk about image generation and content generation. So how generative AI can help? So generative AI is a technology where it generates data, it generates something for you, right? So it generates text, it generates sentences, it also generates images. So image generation is one aspect. So once you have the images, or maybe you have already some images, you want to refine it, you want to edit it, or you want to change it a little bit. So image editing is one of the feature that can be helpful. So generative AI can help you do that image editing, as well as there is one more aspect that is called content personalization, or you want that image in certain style. That is where we talk about the style transfer, or you want this image in this little form, or this quality, or this kind of background. Those kind of content personalization is also possible using generative AI uh, models, right? So these are the different aspects that is required in today's world of image generation, or image or content generation. So how we can help? So AWS has a plethora of you know foundation models. So AWS Bedrock is a managed service. So when I say managed service, it is service which will be managed by AWS. All the infrastructure, all the required CPU, GPUs, memory, storage, everything is managed by AWS. You will get the endpoint to access these different models, and you can use these models in your application. And Bedrock offers this wide range of foundational models built by a large and very successful and very accepted companies like AI 21 Labs, Anthropic, Cohere, Meta, Stability.ai, and Amazon herself has built those some of the models as well. So we'll talk about those, but I just want to give you the choices that are available here. So, like for example, Anthropic Claude has recently launched a very powerful foundational model which is beating OpenAI as well on some parameters. Cohere is building text generation, search classification kind of models. Meta has a Llama 3, the latest one, which helps you creating a Q&A kind of session and reading comprehension. Stability.ai, this is one of the biggest name now for building a model called a stable diffusion, which builds high quality images. You might have seen over the internet or over the different YouTube videos that stable diffusion is one of the good foundational, very robust and mature foundational model to generate images. And as I said, Amazon also have a own foundation model called as Titan, which helps you do the text generation as well as image generation. So today we will focus on the image generation part of Amazon Titan, right? So remember, these are the different things that is available for you to build your application, it is very easy for you to use these foundation models in your application. So your delivery time, or time to market, is very small. So you can build those application quickly using your Python notebooks or using your Python scripts, integrate with these different models, and you're good to go. So we'll see how those are in action when we do a small hands-on for image variation. The next aspect is the different capabilities. So as I said, Anthropic is good for summarization, complex reasoning, writing code as well. Meta has a very defined use cases like Q&A, reading comprehension, although it does those things like text generation as well. So you will have to use these models as per your use cases and try and test which one works well for you. As I said, stability.ai is specifically dedicated for image and content generation only, right? Let's move on to the next slide. So we'll focus on Amazon Titan models. Amazon Titan provides multi-model foundation models. There are two different models. The one is the image generator, which will be the focus area for today. And there is also multi-model embeddings. So multi-model images are those images which helps you to process data in two different modes, text and images. So that is different modalities that is available. One modality is text, another modality is images. So multi-model embeddings model is going to help you build applications that can combine text and images both. While image generator is primarily focusing on building those images for you. So it has a very comprehensive list of features for image or content generation perspective that we will look into the details. And all the Bedrock images or Bedrock models, they are have support for responsible AI. So what is responsible AI? I'll cover those things, but responsible AI is what whenever you build an AI system, you ensure that that AI system or any applications which is built by generative AI or powered by generative AI has to be used in a right manner. There should not be any presence of unparliamentary things, or which might disturb others, or which might disturb the sentiments or emotions. So those things are handled using some guardrails. There are some inherent features in this Amazon Titan image generator which we will see from the responsible AI perspective, right? Let's look at Titan. So Titan image generator is the model which has different set of features. So we have text to image. So text to image is a very widely used feature where you provide textual description of what kind of image that you're looking at, and the model will be able to generate that image for you. So the more advanced, the more detailed your prompts are, the more you know relative the image will be, the more clearer the image will be. So when I say clearer, clear in the terms of whatever explicit your prompts are in terms of your requirements, your needs, the better it will be for the model to generate the images for your liking. So that is one
Um,
of the aspect. Hello. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, Hemkant. Slides, if you are sharing something, it is not visible. Only first slide is visible of your presentation.
Okay, let me, I'm on slide number 4. Let me stop and start again. Is it fine?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Entire screen. Okay, let me, can you see this features?
Yeah, now it is visible.
Okay. Okay. So these are the features that are available on Titan image generator. Text to image that we discussed. Then you also have automatic editing. So you can edit the image that has been generated. We can edit the background. We can edit some of the objects. We can change the objects or completely remove those objects if required. So that's how the powerful editing feature that is also available. In painting and out painting. So what is inpainting? Inpainting is like editing an image by using a mask. What is mask? So you we will do it hands-on. So you open an image, you provide an area using mouse drop down, and using that you'll be able to edit that specific area of the image. So that's how what is called as in painting. Out painting is what where you have an image and you can completely remove the background. You can change the background of that image entirely and it becomes a different image altogether. So all these different features that we have, we will be looking at them each one by one, right? Image variation is where the angle of style transfer comes. So what is image variation? You have one base image and you want the new image to be built in that style, then you'll be able to generate. So let's say I have a sketch. Okay, I have different sketches and I want a new image that will be built in the form of sketch. So you will be able to build that kind of image using that style. So there are multiple ways you can achieve image variations. You can multiple ways you can achieve style transfer. We will discuss those things. And customization is actually the fine tuning of the model. So that is also another part of the or extension of the style transfer where you provide plethora of different images for a given subject and you try to generate different images using that subject. So that is called customization or fine tuning. Okay. Yes. So let's see. The first is text to image generation. So this is a simple, very basic text that I have. I want to view or I want to generate an image of sunglasses which has a metallic frame. It should be 4K high quality HDR images with countryside background. I want all the hills and other things on the background, maybe with mountains and rocks. So let's see how it will look like. Okay. I want to do is I want to show if you can you see the browser as well, right? Can somebody
Yes.
confirm if you can see? Yeah, okay. So let's go to the browser and let's go to the AWS console. And in console, what we will do is we will go to the Bedrock service. In Bedrock service, we will choose the playground as image. So playground is a place where you can try out different models which are available for you, right? So currently for image, we have two different models, Stable Diffusion and Titan. So we will select this model and what we will do is we will copy and paste the same prompt which was in the presentation. So let me do that for you. Okay. So let's run, see what it generates. So here are the different parameters till the time it generates. Here are different parameters. We have selected number of images. So it can generate 3 different images of size 1024, 1024. There are different parameters that we will discuss in a while, and it will be able to generate according to those prompts or according to those parameters. So currently we are seeing all these parameters in a console, in a playground. But when we do a development or a Python notebook, you'll be able to do it via configuration. So see how beautiful these images are. I'll just click on one of them. Perfect quality, resolution is 1024. It is matching to our prompt. Our prompt was sunglasses with metallic frame, 4K HDR with countryside background. Amazing. Here also you have different. Make sense? Let's do one thing. Let's play around some more. Okay. I will talk about the different actions here as well. Okay, I'm just moving this a little bit. Okay. So I want to generate an image of cupcakes on the tea table. So I'm just giving this simple prompt of generating image for cupcakes on tea table. I just want the quality of the image as 4K HDR. Now I want to generate images only two of maybe of little lower quality. Prompt strength is how relatable the image with respect to the prompt. and seed is the number of what do you say, permutation combination it generates. If I don't change the seed, it will generate the same image again and again. So I can put in the seed of random numbers and it will generate those. I will come to the negative prompt, what is negative prompt, in a while, but we just want to see how good it will look. Just give it a minute because it is generating image, so it will take time. So just bear with me, because any model who's generating images will generate, see, beautiful, right? You can see all the details about it, different cupcakes, correct? There is one more we will look at. Let's see how it works. Now we'll start providing more and more details. So this is a very simple detail, right? I would like to provide more and more details. So I want to generate an image of 4K HDR photo of a black Labrador puppy who is running on a beach, and it should be like an action shot. It should have blue sky, white sand. The puppy should look happy, and it should be like a cinematic film quality. So the more and more details you provide, the more relative or more accurate the image the model will be able to generate. So I'll just try to generate 3 images and see how it will look. Let's say we'll just put it in a very high resolution and just wait for it. It is going to be a very good image. If it is 1024 by 1024, see the amount of details that I have put in, right? You will see one more different aspect of these details. I will show it to you with respect to the negative prompt. We'll cover those. Just hang on for a minute. Isn't it good? Isn't it with what we expected? Like a 4K HDR photo of a black Labrador running on a beach, white sand, blue sky, cinematic. Correct? This is also a very good photo. You can directly use these images in your applications or whatever the need for it. Makes sense? Let's try a few more. I just was dabbling around it. We can try these. If you want some, I want to build a very complex image. So all these images that we saw, these are all like real life things that we have seen with our eyes. But I just want to build something little unrealistic. I want a photo of a running horse that is printed on an egg, and that egg should be placed on a table. So it's a very wild kind of requirement, but still I will go ahead and we'll just keep this resolution low so that it will build faster for us. So it is very strange requirement, but I thought let's try and play around with it. Right. It is generating. Are you able to see? This is an image of a running horse which is printed on an egg, and that is egg is placed on a table. So how wild my imagination was, but still it was able to deliver it, right? So it is able to learn from the contextual text that we have provided, and based on that it is able to generate this image. So see the image with shadow and everything, it has been able to generate it. Let's do one thing. Let's generate just one image and let's play around in that image. I will show you the negative prompt. So the negative prompt is a prompt where you can exclude the things which you don't want in an image. So we will just see how we can do it. So let's say I don't want cup in this image. I can do that. Let's see if it works. Hopefully it should work. It's generating. No, let's put a seed to generate large amount of. Let's change some parameters, or we can do image editing to achieve the same. Yeah, it is still, the cup is still in the background. We will change it in a different way. Maybe it is not possible in the console, but we can do it programmatically. I want to showcase another model here. Titan is here, but stability or stability fusion is also one of the other model. We'll just go and put a very detailed prompt. Okay, and this prompt is available from the internet. It is not built by me, right? So don't hold me responsible for any of this. I just got from one of the GitHub project, which was available on. I'm also providing negative prompt. So what is negative prompt? I don't want low quality, worst quality image. I don't want signature, watermark, or extra limbs. And what I'm building it is a very complex, image, and it is with so much of detailed, um, you know, uh, parameters, like it should be glowing, it should be realistic, it should be cinematic, and let's see what it is generating. Okay, you will be amazed to see the power of generative AI. See, it is masterpiece, best quality, cinematic, intense sunlight, silver dragonborn, outdoors, landscape. You just have to be very clear about your prompts, then it will be able to generate. So it has generated a robotic being. So you can see what are the different things it is able to generate, right? I just, in negative prompt, what I'll do is, I don't want sun glare because there is too much of sun glare here. I just don't want that. Let's see if it takes. Hold on, it is generating. Yeah, it has moved that glare. See, so when you put in negative prompt, the things that you don't want, it is able to understand that you don't want this. It is able to generate this cyborg or robotic, or you can say whatever it wants. So it is very good image from a avatar generation. You can use this as a your avatar on any platform, or you can take some inspiration to build some kind of a, you know a very futuristic kind of a being, a robotic kind of a being, or it can be a game development uh, company which can take some inspiration of generating such kind of characters for your games, right? So this is the power of words. So the clearer the explicit your ask is, accordingly it is going to generate that kind of image. Let's see how Amazon Titan image generator works in this case. Oh my god, I have just clicked 3 images. Okay, still we'll see what it is generating, because the negative prompt is removed. So I'm just hoping it is going to generate a right image. Otherwise we'll have to provide the negative images, a negative prompt as well. We'll just look at that. Hold on, I just by mistake. Oh, this is nice. So it has added cape as well. Beautiful. See, so this is the power of the words. So the better your prompt is, the powerful your prompt is, the more clearer, explicit your prompt is, the more specific the kind of image it is able to generate. So this is the thing which I was talking about, the quality of the image, the um, it. So as your imagination has no bounds, so accordingly you can generate that kind of images for your needs. See, excellent, right? Okay, so I'll just cover some of the other aspects. So I'll just put it in presentation mode. We'll see some more hands-on ahead, but I just want to see how well they look from the image generation standpoint. Okay, so we saw text generation, text to image. So we saw these different. So I was able to generate these different images. In your case, it might be something else as well, because if you change the seed of that image parameter, you will get different set of images. You will not get the same images again and again. Cupcakes on the tea table. You were able to see this. We saw the 4K HDR black Labrador as well. So these are the images which I was able to generate, right? In your case, it might be something different. And the last is this picture of the horse on an egg, right? Now we have been able to generate images. Now we want to edit it. So what we will do? So there are different features, as I said before. There is something called as outpending. There's something called as inpending, and there's something called as automatic editing. So we'll see all those as well, right? So let's go to the image. I'll just retry it and move to the image. Here we have different actions. You can have image variations, remove object, replace object, replace background. So I will click the replace background, but for that I need to upload an image. So I have different images created as a part of our so let's do one thing. So I've generated this image of Alexa Echo Dot, right? In Alexa Echo Dot, which is generated. So there are two different ways to do that editing. Either you can use this masking. So this is the masking part. So you can keep this masking on this Echo Dot and the rest of the background will be changed. But I will use this prompt, and in this prompt, I will just put, sorry, I will put this Echo Dot. I'll just copy and paste it for you guys. So Alexa Echo Dot. I don't want this to be changed. So you keep it here, and here you will put what kind of background that you're looking at, right? So let's say I want Alexa, instead of table, I will put it on smooth pebbles on the river bank. Okay, let's see how it works. I'm just editing it. So instead of this table, the background should change. The background should come something different. It is still running. Just hang on. So this image is a little larger. It is taking time for it to change. So this is the reference image which we uploaded. This is the mask where I'm putting mask explicitly in terms of words rather than using this masking. The reason is it is not able to do this complete background changeover for this Echo Dot. So hence I have used the prompt way. You can use this tool. See, it has generated, it has put it on the smooth pebbles on the river bank. I want to put this on a beach. So I want to put it on white sand near the beaches with waves. So very, very clear instruction that I've given to replace the background of this. Let's see how it works. So you can put some negative prompts as well. If you don't want something, you can add that as part of your negative prompt. So let's say you don't want, if there is some animal or there is some birds, you can say birds. So it will exclude birds or animals or plants or trees, and it can generate that image without those content here. So that's how the negative prompt is. So we saw in that robot which we generated, I don't want that sun glare, so I just put it explicitly negative prompt and it just vanished. So just to give it a minute, I think few seconds more, and it will change the background. See, so it has put this Alex Echo dot on the beach on white sand with waves. It has kept the shadows as well. So it is smart enough to understand where I should put shadows. Yeah, make sense? Okay. Now this was out painting. Let's try to see how in painting is done, right? So in painting again, I will just switch back the text, and what we'll do is we will replace some object. So I'll upload one image. So instead of mask, let's do that masking also. Masking also works, but here you put change flowers to orange. Okay, let's try that. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to change the color of these flowers in the background from white to orange. Let's see how it works. It should work very properly. Yeah, can you see this? So it has changed the flowers from white to orange. So you can do this kind of changes, right? So let's say if I want to remove some object, let's do one thing. Let's build an image and let's try that. I know it will take some time, but red duffel bag on table. So I just want one. It might, let's generate that image and play around it. Yes, so you can take this image, you can download it, you can do the action from here also. So currently, oh, duffel bag, yeah. So there was a typo in my comment and my prompt. So this is how your, this is the image of a duffel bag. It's a good quality image, and you can download it from here, or you can do an action. Let's put some objects on the table with laptop. Let's say a laptop. Let's see how it works. So it will generate an image of a duffel bag with a laptop, and then we'll try to remove that object from the image. Okay. So it is still in the shadow, but okay. We could have been more explicit that put that laptop on the right hand side without shadows, but let's see. So I want to remove some objects. Okay, I forgot to download that. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's use the same image that we have used. Bag one, remove object. In that remove object, I'll just mask this. It is not straightforward, but still, I hope it should work. Yeah, remove this object. You need to be little creative with your prompts. You need to be very explicit with your prompts. So let's wait for it. Let's see if it is able to do that. Generally it works very well when you do it using the CLI and the this. Yes, it has removed that, but it has put some other object here. So let's try putting it in a different. I don't know what this image is, but flower pot. Remove this flower pot from this, and let's see if tweaking this prompt strength works or not. So you get the idea, right? So these are the different ways you can change. Okay, mask is not provided. Okay, that's fine. So this is the one of the ways. So what we'll do is when we do this hands-on one of the Python notebook, you will be able to see some more details how it can be done, right? So I'm just switching back to the presentation. So we saw the outpainting where we have this echo dot and we just change the background from river to desert. We changed the background, sorry, the image or the object in one of the image. So this is called mask free editing. We can do prompt based editing as well. There is also the prompt based in painting where you have an image and you change the image by placing the comments that replace the mountains, or you can put ducks in the table. So we'll see that. Okay, next is the customization. So I talked about the image style transfer and also the customization. So in customization what happens is like you have your base model and it is generating these different images. Like base model is generating this chameleon, and you want to generate this image in your form. So let's say you have this animation form and you want all the images generated by your model in this animation form itself. So what you will do is you will build a model. You will provide large amount of files as a training set of these kind of images, and you train or you find in that model. So that model will be able to understand what kind of reference images that it needs to refer to build a new image. So when you start giving these kind of base or sample images, the model learns itself. Then the model will be able to understand, okay, I want to generate this image in this format. So that is called customization. So fine tuning requires a good amount of expertise. You also need to know the context on what basis you are fine tuning the model. So be clear about when you do a fine tuning, it is not a simple exercise. It is a big exercise where you need large amount of data to tune your model and to generate the data out of it. So lots of testing, lots of iteration goes into fine tuning a model. Most of the time, whatever the base model that you have is good enough. So if you have your good amount of prompts that you clearer and stronger prompts, it will be able to generate the image as you want. But still, if it is not, then you can use this customization. Using custom model, you'll be able to generate your different image in your style. So this is what how the style transfer works. So in style transfer, you have one base model, you have one input image, and you have one reference image. So reference image is superimposed on your original image. So when you put in a prompt that change this image into this style, it is able to do that mechanism. Some of the models like stable diffusion does it uh, you know out of the box using some coding. Amazon Bedrock does it in a different way. It is called image variation. So it is called image variation, not a image or style transfer. Style transfer is little different than the image variation, but this is how you'll be able to achieve. If you have one specific style and you train or customize your model or fine tune your model to generate images in that style only, then you can do that, right? So this is one way you can generate image variation. So you can give this image one base image and you can ask to generate different variation. It is able to generate that different variation as well. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's move on to a hands-on session. Let's do that. What we will do is I have this Python notebook which I have created, and it is using Titan image generator, and we will see what it is, how we can leverage this. Okay, there is a folder called as images. Currently it doesn't have anything, but we will use this to generate an image of one particular style. Okay, so first of all, I'm just downloading the necessary libraries. Pillow is one of the libraries. It is used to handle or deal images. If you want to read or write images in Python, you can use Pillow as one of the libraries. Then these are import statements to import the required libraries. Boto is one library which is used to connect with Amazon services. JSON for dealing the data in JSON format. So when a request is sent over an API, so it is sent in JSON format. So you can extract the data out of the JSON. So you can use this JSON. IO is for reading the file on the IOs, and PIL is, as I said, it is used to deal with the images. Now we are setting up this in variable using this client, and it is going to call the service called as Bedrock runtimes. So Bedrock runtime will give you the Bedrock instance. Now here I'll just change the prompt. I want to generate an image of a parrot eating an apple. Okay, and the way we saw different parameters which were there, it can generate these different things on text as well. So we saw these different parameters, negative prompts, reference. So the same thing can be applied here as well, right? So I have uh, chosen the task type of text image, text to image, number of images 2, quality is premium, height, width 512, 512. Here also you will be able to see the same thing. When you generate an image, you will be able to see the same kind of thing. What is the size, number of images? Okay, so let's generate the image. So this is generating, just hold on for it to generate. So this is star, that means it is still busy. So let's wait for this code to work. So basically what it is doing, it is taking this model, it is the data is generated. So the model ID is Titan image generator v1, accepting it in this application slash JSON, and you'll be able to see these two images. Okay, so parrot eating an apple. Okay, but I don't want this image in this format. I want this image in a different format. Okay, so I will show you what kind of image style I want. Okay, I have this image. I want this image to be developed in this format, in this kind of sketch. Okay, and I'm giving this reference images to this model. So let's copy these images and paste it here in this. Okay, and what I did is, excuse me, I have defined these images, kept it in the path. I'm reading these images, and what I'm going to do is, we will see the same prompt. It is taking the reference of these images, image 1, image 2, image 3, image 4, these variables in this image variation tasks. So it is referring to these different images. Okay, and it's generating the image, and here also we can give different types of parameters like the number of image, height, width, configs, and seed. Will generate the image and will show it. Okay, let's generate it. I know some of the people have some queries. We'll just start address them once we finish this. Just hold on. Oh wow, see, it has generated the parrot in this text format. It is eating an apple, but apple looks little flaky for me. Let's try changing some parameters. Okay, let's do that. So it is building, it is building. So using code, it is very much easier. Okay, it is still there. We'll see what we can do is, similarity is 7 or 8, and we can just see. So you have to play around with your configurations, then it will be able to generate the right image. Yeah. So now we can see a parrot eating an apple. So the parrot has been generated using the references. So references we have sent 4 different images which deals with the sketching, all the sketches, and that was of a different bird altogether. So it was a different sparrow or something. It was not a parrot, but the model is able to superimpose those style while generating this image. So this is how actually this style transfer works. Style transfer from the stable diffusion perspective, it works in a very different manner. It's actually superimposition. The base image will remain the same, but it will have that style superimposed on top of that. In image variation, model will generate your image in that style. So let's do one more thing. I want to generate this in a, there is one more cartoon I had. So this was, I'll show this. So this is the image of a cartoon bird. I tried to use it for my daughter's pet project. So let's do one thing. Let's copy paste this code and let's try using the same code, but we'll just change few things. We'll remove this image. We'll just use one reference image and see how it works. Okay. Okay, we'll remove this as well because I want one entire image. I will delete these different images. I don't need them. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this cartoon image and we'll see how it works. Okay. It is generating. Wow. So it has been able to generate this image very correctly, right? It is in a cartoon shape. It is a parrot. It is more like a parakeet, but still I'll give it a full marks. Who is eating an apple? So that's how you can play around with your code and you can able to generate different style of images. So you can generate images in your favorite action hero format, or you can generate in specific comic character like anime, or specific characters like Sinchan or those kind of things. So it is very fun to play around and see how it works, right? Right. So I will before I go back to the presentation, there are few things that I have here. I'll see the queries. So there are a few questions. Ramakrishna is asking, can we save the images and download the locally for further updates? Yes, in Bedrock, when you generate an image, there is an option to download this button. So this is the button where you can download this image. Similarly, when you play around with this, Python notebook, you have the option to save the image as well. I'm just displaying it because I don't want to download it. Then there was one, does AWS have prompt document where you can use the generate specific image? If yes, please share. There is a documentation about prompts in the Bedrock documentation. If you're able to see, then I'll share that with you in a while. But there they have some prompts. But see, prompt generation is an art. You'll have to keep on trying, keep on seeing the output, how it works, and then you'll be able to get a grasp of what kind of prompt is required. You will not be able to get ready-made prompts. The one which I was able to get, it was from one of the GitHub project. So they had built that kind of prompt, and they have also got those from some other place. So there are multiple ways you can try that out. You try by giving as explicit prompt as possible with your imagination, and you can try to add some styling, like it should be cinematic, or it should be high quality, it should be with black background, it should be using some background, like it would be a New York City, or it could be a um, beach or mountains or hillside. So that way we will be able to generate. You will not be able to get that kind of ready-made prompts. You can try, but eventually it will be the person who has generated that prompt. It is his creativity. To apply your own creativity, you'll have to generate your own prompts, right? There's one more question. What is the difference between AWS Party Rock and Bedrock? Nice question. So Bedrock is a service which will help you to build foundational models. Party Rock is one of the initiative of AWS where you can build application using generative AI or AML features. So it will build an application by giving you all the different playground. So you provide an problem definition that I want to build an application to do this, and it will be able to build you an application. As far as I remember, it was just supporting text-based, applications. I don't know if it is supporting images as well. So there is one more, DigiBooth. What is the use case of text to image generation? So as I said, text to image generation is you want to generate images at a very large scale, at a very um, in a quick timeout, in a small time with high quality, and which is not duplicated, which is away from copyright infringement, and it is also secure. So whatever the images that you're able to see here, these are all Bedrock images. It has something called as watermark. So we'll look at the watermark as well. So this image is not being used by uh, you know any copyright or infringement or anything like that. uh, Bedrock doesn't support that. So let's try to put something like generate an image of a Nike shoe. Yeah, but it has not took all the things. And let's say generate image like stable diffusion. So whenever it is going to generate any image, it is going to generate image by learning itself. It is not going to copy or mimic any other data. So whatever that you have generated, so stable diffusion, I think my prompt is, I think I missed the prompt. Okay, but whatever that the images that you have generated, you can be sure that it is not being used by somebody else, or it is not being copied from some organization or violating any copyright or infringement. So this is a great way to deal with generating images. If you can generate your image by your own imagination, yes, go ahead, do that. And you also need to validate if similar image is not available or there is a copyright for your own images, right? I'll switch back to the presentation. We will cover a few more things here that I wanted to cover, right? So what is the benefit of using Bedrock? So these are the different benefits we will discuss in details. That is, generate realistic high quality images. So we saw very high quality images that is developed by or generated by Bedrock. So we saw some of the images like the glasses, the duffel bag. We also saw how it is able to change and build, change the background. You can change the style of the images as well. So it is a very good tool to do that, right? So yeah, at a very low cost. So when you want to build such kind of images, you might have to spend good amount of money to get it built from a professional designer or some person who knows how to build it very professional, very high quality. But you can get this built at a very minimalistic cost using Bedrock. So if you have large amount of images to be built to that scale, this becomes a very cost effective alternative, right? It supports different um, prompts. When you say different prompts, it is complex prompts. So whatever the kind of prompts you throw at it, it is able to generate. Since it is driven by generative AI models, it is a very strong model which understand the natural language processing that is behind the scene and able to understand the context and build those images for you. So that's the prime benefit of using image generator models. Next is it will help you to easily build generative AI apps. So why I say this is, what happens is like Bedrock is a platform which will provide you the foundational models. If you want to build something like that, you will have to build your model, you will have to deploy that model, you will have to scale that model, secure it. There are so many different things that you need to do. With Bedrock, it is very simple to integrate. So you saw the code which I built. It is very simple code, very small code. I was just able to give the Bedrock model which I want to use, and I was able to play around with it. I didn't had a very like a few hundred lines of code to do that, right? So your time to market is very small. You can just build your application very faster, integrate with the Bedrock, and then move ahead. So there is a one, so you can have one team which is going to build an user interface, and there's one team who's going to just integrate that with the Bedrock. That's it, and your application is built and done, right? Now, as I said before, we saw these different um, features like editing of the images, building different variations, then building it to your liking or to your business context. So it is able to do that very effectively and very faster. So your time to market is reduced considerably. Next is designed with responsible AI. So when you say responsible AI means what? So whenever you build any AI systems, you need to be aware that it is not misused. It doesn't violate something, or it doesn't disturb something, or it is not prone to any what you can say predefined notions or assumptions. So to do that, Amazon Bedrock does it out of box. So Amazon Bedrock, whenever it builds its model like Titan and image generator, it has all those guardrails in place. So for example, it will not generate an image which will have harmful content, or something which will you know uh, um, gory images, or some kind of nudity kind of images. So it will protect those kind of data output. It will help you to remove any demographic biases. So when I say demographic biases, it is like some of the things like a person in US can only be seen of this ethnicity. So you can have a mix of all the different ethnic people in very particular group of city, and we'll be able to you know will not see those biases there. So that is one way of putting it as a responsible AI. So your AI will not be give you a biases. For example, if I ask you, a person is driving cab or an auto, can you guess the name of the person is? So 90% of the people will guess the name, and that name will be belonging to a male, because we have seen all the different uh, you know auto or cab drivers are male only. Very few of them are female, but that is not the point. The model should be free from biases. The model should be able to give an answer that the person could be male or female, and the name could be this or that. So that is the idea of building a responsible AI, is it should be free from biases. So for example, this is the mitigating of the demographic biases. So what is the prompt here? Can you see a closer photo of a couple posing for a photo in streets of New York? But the New York photo is in the background, but the people are from various ethnicity. They are African American, they are Caucasian, they are Asian, right? There are Indians. So this is how it mitigates. So there is also another aspect of is one more example is like there is a detailed, highly intricate details about the lawyers in New York City, and it is able to generate people from all the different ethnicities, right? Indians, there are African American, Caucasians, there are some Asians as well. So it brings down those different set of biases. So that is one way of using Bedrock and those different images like Titan. It will give you those kind of guardrails to protect your data and biases, right? So some of the use cases and architecture that we can look at is the text to image. So this is the one of the most simplest one that we saw. So you have this Bedrock image Titan generator, and you provide the input prompt through your application, the one which we saw in the Python notebook, and using that endpoint, you'll get the output as generated image, right? Similarly, you can do that image editing. You have given the input image, you have given the input prompt, and using that Bedrock API endpoint, you are able to generate this image. So we have not seen the image editing, but we have seen the image variation, which is something similar, where you have given input reference images and given the input prompt, and using that prompt, it is able to generate a new image, the parrot eating an apple, right? These are multi-model search. So I'll cover some of the use cases, but before going that, multi-model search is done using different mechanisms. So you have Bedrock multi-model embeddings, and you have multi-model uh, real-time or batch API, and you also have something called as image generator. So using that, you can build and uh, use case. So for example, this is an ad generation assistant which is used for advertising. So its purpose is to generate an image and ad copy of a product. So you have user, you have assistant. So user is saying that show me a perfume bottle from a product catalog, and the assistant is returning top 3 search results. Then the user is saying that I want to use the second result and generate images for an ad. So it is able to do that, and you can do that using two different set of models. One is the Titan multi-model embeddings, because it will help you to work with text and images, and Titan image generator, because the prompt is saying that use this to generate image for an ad, and then it is also saying that you can generate it in a beautiful background with a sunset on a beach. So that is outpending that we saw. So you can use combination of different models to build your application. So this is one from the ad uh, generation perspective. You can have something similar for you. For example, you can build some applications for your creating and assorted images of clothing lines or flower pots or shoes or handicrafts. So you can generate those and build such kind of products, and you can sell it off. So you can use those different set of models to generate your business applications very faster. Okay, I will move on to the next. Before I move on to the next uh, topic, I just want to reiterate that what we have seen so far. So we have seen so far um, image generation and image variation or style transfer using Bedrock. In Bedrock, there are two different models: Stable Diffusion and Titan Image Generator. So most of the times we saw the different um, operations on image generation, and in image generation there are different aspects to it. That is text to image generation, then image editing, then outpainting, that is changing the background, then inpainting, changing the object inside the image, then image variation or style transfer, where we provided the references of different images and build a new image in that style, right? And what are the benefits of using Bedrock? Okay, this was from the Bedrock perspective. So this is the image generation and style transfer context of the AWS. I want to focus on one more computer vision service called as Rekognition. Okay, so in ML stack you have many different AI services. You have speech, you have text, you have search, you have healthcare, you have one more service in vision called as Rekognition. So Rekognition is a Amazon managed service which will help you to build application on top of images. So it is used to deals with many different business applications, right? So how Rekognition helps? So recognitions will help you to build your application very faster. So let's say you want to build an application for a KYC, where you want to extract the image of an any identity card or any address proof. You can do that using image recognition. You can simplify the operations. You can extract the images with specific set of qualities only, or with specific set of things only. So for example, I want only the image with a face. I don't want any other things. We can move that. So you can build that kind of custom applications very easily. So just want to showcase what is image recognition, how it works. So there are different features available. We will just play around like we played around with Bedrock also. So you have, content moderation, you have celebrity recognition, you have face detection, object detection, text detection. You can do a face comparison. We can also do a streaming video event. Currently I don't have that, but we can just test all of them here. Okay, let's do that. Let's go to recognition. Okay, recognition, you have something. These are the different demos that are available. You can build something similar using the APIs. The way I have built, you can use, instead of Bedrock, you can use recognition in the Boto, and the recognition you can send the images and you can get the output as the JSON. So this is label detection. So what it's doing is detecting the different objects inside your image. So let's play around. I have some recognition related images. Let's say I'm just putting this image. So this is an image and it is detecting so many different things. So it is detecting people, person, electronics, it is detecting cup, mobile, glasses. See, if you see, show more, it is able to detect all those things, and it is giving this confidence level as it is 99% or 92% table, or if it is 99% male, female, and you'll be able to use it using this request. Like you get the request like an image, send that request, and you will get the response like this in a JSON format, that what it is able to detect. Okay, let's play around some more. This is very fun part. Okay, I'm just putting this image of a street which contains different cars. So it is able to detect road, it is able to detect car, type of car, it is a coupe, it is a sports car, it is meant for transportation vehicle. If you just scroll, you'll be able to see much more things, right? Now if you see closely, it is able to detect a person who is driving that car, right? So we are not able to see it, but it is able to detect that there is a person here and who is driving the car. So that's how powerful it is. So you can use this to build your business application where you are getting this image, and out of that image you are detecting only specific set of things that is required for you, right? If you know the demographics of that image, that you will be able to get image with these different objects, then you just want to find only that object in that image, right? Let's do one more. Okay, this is a waterfall. It is able to find plant, vegetation, nature, outdoors, right? Let's see some more. So image properties is able to provide you the colors and the image quality and the brightness and foreground and background about it. So it might help you when you want to create something similar for your different projects. You'll be able to get some same set of color combination for your own different project. Image moderation. So image moderation is a view where you can restrict an image for a specific set of content. So for example, I'm keeping this image and it contains no objectionable item. So there is no moderation labels identified here, right? So there is nothing which is objectionable. There is nothing which is required to moderate this image here, right? Let's see one more image. This is also very nice image. On other hand, this is a different image altogether, where there is a swimwear or underwear, female, explicit nudity might happen. So you can control all those things using these image moderation techniques, right? You can avoid showing those kind of images which have your defined parameters from the moderation levels perspective. Okay, let's do a facial analysis. It can also do a facial analysis, so it can identify if a person is smiling, if a person is happy or not, right? We can just look at this. Okay, just look at this person. It is able to detect that it is a person, it is a face, appears to be male, and see the, it is able to detect its fears, as it is fearful, it is shocked to see something and is not smiling. So it is able to detect the emotions as well for a defined person, right? We will do face comparison as well. Out of box, this is something different, but we will do this. Then there is something called as liveliness check. So if I do a liveliness check, if I do enable a camera, what will happen? Okay, I think, okay. So what it's trying to do is it is trying to see if that image, if the content here is an actual image, it's a live image, or it is just a photograph that is taking out of it, right? So if I do a start video check, it is going to just detect if I'm moving closer, hold still. I'm just looking here and there. It is verifying. So this is going to be a very good use case when you want to do a certification or exam kind of an application where you want to do a liveliness test. So you can see if a person is the same person, if it is live, or if it is just a dummy or something like that, right? The next which I like is the celebrity detection. Here we have something which is out of the box available, but I will put some images that you might have seen. Okay, I think you guys know this person. Do you know who this person is? No, it is not able to detect this celebrity because his eyes are closed. So it is not able to detect. This is a very famous celebrity. Can somebody put it in comment who this celebrity is? Come on, guys. Stop sleeping. Am I that boring? Come on. I'll give you one more. Yes. Oh my God. Okay. Just I'm signed out. Just hold on. Let me relog in again. Correct. You guys are correct. It's Mr. Wick. It's Keanu Reeves. Recognition. So we'll see celebrate recognition. I'll just paste. So it is able to detect that this is Keanu Reeves with 97.7. We will see one more image and see if it works. Yeah, this is also Keanu Reeves. So it is able to detect this face even though this face is little, skewed with smileness, or he's winking, so one eye is not available. Still, it is able to detect that. We can do the same thing using facial comparison as well. So we'll put this as the base image, sorry, or this we can put as the reference image, and we can see if it is matching. Yes, it is able to match. We will put one more image. Yes, it is able to match that this is a Keanu Reeves only. Let's put this one image. No, right? So it has been used by many different organization for many business applications, be it KYC, be it liveliness test to do a KYC if that person is live, available or not. It is also used to detect if there is any text on that image. There is a different service altogether called as text tract, which detects images from the which detects the text from the PDF and those kind of images. But this can also use to do, so you can detect text in an image. So there is a text in an image, and you put it here, it is able to detect that yes, this is the text, and you can extract those text for your all business cases. So let's say I want to build something called as, so here is the classic example. So I want to find the number plates of the car. So you can use this to identify the number plates on the car, and you can build some application on top of that. So that's how it works. right? I'm just going back to the presentation, and I think we are almost to the end of it. So what are the top use cases? As I said, content moderation. You can control what kind of content or images that has been generated. You can put an explicit moderation on top of that. You can use it for identity verification. As I said, you can use your identity card, some kind of identity card, be it your Aadhaar, and you can build KYC applications on top of that. Already there are many different use cases that are in product. You can do media analysis, like real-time streaming analysis of the videos and live feeds, which I'm not able to showcase here in the demo, but you can do that as well. And you can do a connected home where your live feed is being constantly monitored, and you can see the different objects which are being detected here, right? I don't have much more. I think I have all the different things covered here. I want to open this forum for quick Q&A. So if you have any queries, you can just open it in the comments. I'll try to address them one by one. Yeah. So anything related to Bedrock or anything related to the image generation or recognition, we can discuss it now. So I'll open the floor for the Q&A. Any queries, guys? So tell me, out of this different models, which one you will use for image generation? Okay, very good question. If I try to build these for a personal project, how much would it cost in general? So the cost of the Bedrock is based on the number of input tokens and output tokens. So input tokens are the number of characters that are part of your prompt that you put it, and the output tokens is the response that you're getting out of it. So based on that, you'll be charged. So if you want to see, you can go to the Amazon Bedrock pricing. You'll be able to see the different pricing that is available for different models. So this is for AI21 labs. You can go for Amazon Mumbai region. You can see different. So for Titan models embeddings, this is the price per 1,000 input tokens, which is still, manageable. So go for Anthropic models, Cloud 3 Sonnet, which is one of the most powerful models available. If you use 1,000 input tokens, you will be just charged $0.003, and for output 1,000 tokens, you will be charged 0.015 tokens, right? So for Amazon Titan, this is the pricing. Titan models, there are multiple different models. Titan model embeddings, Titan image generator. See, for this image generation, you will get this much cost. This is for this much cost. For multi-models, this is the different costing available. Okay, so based on this, you can find the number of tokens that you need, number of data that you are going to put in the input tokens, and the number of data that you are going to get out of the tokens. And based on that, you can arrive at the pricing. So let's say I have 1,000 tokens in a day, and so that you can do for 30 days 30,000 token. So how much it will be? So you can just multiply this into 30. So you'll get monthly price of using Cloud 3.5 Sonnet or Cloud 3 Opus. So based on this parameters, we'll be able to find it. Just remember that whatever you do choose a region where you want to build this application. So the pricing are different for different region, right? So for Asia Pacific, that is Mumbai region, this is the pricing. For Sydney, it will be different. For any other different region, it is completely different, right? So do keep this thing in your mind while building or proposing solutions for any of the business case or use case? What will be the tentative cost that you will arrive at when you want to build this or test this or deploy this, right? How many different users are going to use this application? Yeah. Any more queries? What is the difference between AWS Party Rock and Bedrock? So I told you that Party Rock is a platform for you to build application which is backed by different foundational models. So you can sign in with your Amazon login, and you can build your own apps, and you can describe what kind of application you want to build. So you can say that I want to create a chatbot for school students so they can ask queries related to uh, language science. So you can generate, and it will generate that kind of, you need to just sign in with Amazon, it will be able to generate application. So just hold on, let me try signing in and showing it. Come on. So I did build few applications for myself. So if you see apps, I built companionship keeper. I built this Sanskrit Siksha. So this is the app which will teach you Sanskrit in easy steps over several weeks. So I was able to build this, and it is able to teach you. So these are the 10 different words. Namaste, we'll call Namaste, Sat, Sat, Dharma, Karma, Prana, Shakti. So this is the way you practice Sanskrit. So I wanted to do this for my daughter, so I just built this app in here. Similarly, I built something different like a companionship. So I built this companionship model or this application for elderly people who wants to chat or talk about their life or their problems, so they can use this application. So this is how you can build this application very quickly, but this is fine to start with and play around. But for a larger enterprise kind of application, you need to build it from the scratch. This is giving you just a platform to build your app, right? It will have some kind of limitation, it will always have some terms and conditions. So better you consult with some of the solution architects to build your enterprise level application. Party Rock is just for a playing around and testing around. You will not be able to build that kind of production grade application, because you need to integrate your applications with some different APIs, some different parameters. You need to put an authentication and authorization mechanism. You need to put what you called identity management, security for data in transit, data at rest. So all those mechanisms are required. So you need to build it using those different services. So Party Rock is just a way to play around. Any other question? So you can build any kind of app. Just be clear about what kind of app you need. You put your comment very elaborate, very detailed, very expressive, then it will be able to generate the output in that fashion itself. Yeah. So folks, I don't have anything else. I think I'm done with all the things that I wanted to present. If you have any queries, just let me know. I'll be happy to help.
Yeah, I guess we have no questions anymore, sir. It was really a great session.
Yeah.
Your expertise has greatly enhanced our understanding of these complex topics.
Yeah.
and especially the practical hands-on experience.
Yeah, because that is very much required, because unless theoretically it makes little sense. So when we do a hands-on, people
Yeah.
are able to absorb it very much better fashion, and it is very much resonating with what they are expecting out of this session. So feel free to reach out to me, and please provide a feedback. We work on a feedback very closely, and it is very dear to us, the feedback that you provide. Please do provide the feedback. I think Unnati and the team will reach out to
Sure,
you.
sir.
It will really help us. Yeah, do
Thank you,
do
sir.
reach out to us, and thank you very much. You had been a very nice audience, and it was really nice interacting with you. Some of them were very great questions, and I think you keep up the good work, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
So, lastly, now for the post-session activity, share your learnings with us on LinkedIn, write a blog or create a 30 to 60 seconds video. A form link will be provided to you after the session for submission with all the instructions. To ensure your attendance in the session, scan this QR or fill the form given in the chat. Meanwhile, sir, if you are there, if you have time,
Yeah, I'm here.
so I have a question. Like, we all would love to hear more about your experience working with generative AI. And
Okay.
could you share a memorable project or challenge you faced in the field of image generation, especially?
So, see, generative AI, there are multiple traction which are going around. So many of our customers are trying to build their business applications which are relative to their business domains, be it banking, be it insurance, be it media, and most of them are on a very real-time use cases. So whatever the applications you might be able to see on their websites, be it the insurance or the banking, some of them are backed by generative AI technologies, and the field is constantly evolving. So today you have one foundational model which is doing great amount of things. Tomorrow another model will come into the picture. So for that purpose you should have that flexibility to move from one model to another model, and that's how the Bedrock gives you that platform, right? Whenever you are generating any generative AI application, just try to understand the business context very thoroughly, because the more you understand the business context, the more beneficial for you to build that generative AI applications. Coming to your next question, that is from the image generation perspective. Image generation is still new. There are still advancement which is happening, and people are using it in a very innovative way. For example, I want to generate a very specific, my customer specific information brochure, and for that I need to generate image, and I don't want to use any, you know, image which is available online. I want to generate very customer centric image. So at that point of time, generative AI becomes a very good tool to generate that kind of image specific to that person's liking and that person's hobby or that persona. So let's say I'm a person who likes cycling a lot, and the person who wants to propose any product to me, he will generate that brochure, and it will also provide those kind of images, which is you know matching my hobbies like cycling or running or anything like that. Then that brochure becomes very relatable to me. So I will be able to view that brochure with a different emotion than plain old standard kind of brochure. So that's how the image generation is taking leap. Obviously there are different fields having different use cases. So media, or the area of digital content or digital art is taking more interest in this generative AI field. Enterprises are slowly picking up, but those different areas like gaming companies, they might use this platform to generate an avatar which is very custom, right, and which is very realistic. So uh,
Yes.
different companies are using these models to build their own applications on top of that. So if you see multiple applications, like there is a home decor kind of an application where you put images of the home and it will generate interiors for you. So those are also backed by different Gen AI models. So the field is still evolving, and it is a great opportunity to be into this field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agree with you. Uh, any suggestions for projects like in the end we'll be having project booth from our
Yeah.
participants. So any suggestions
So my
like
suggestion
ideas?
is, yeah, ideas. I don't know what kind of ideas I can give, but see the ideas which are relatable to your own, experiences. Like as I said, I wanted to build some images which I wanted for my daughter's school project. So I used Amazon Bedrock to generate that kind of. So a simple example is like storytelling. I wanted to build a storybook which contains that images which related to that story. It will build that kind of images. So that was use case which was resonating with me. So when students who would like to build some projects, they can start building projects with respect to AdWords or building KYCs or building chatbots, which are providing responses based on a specific business context in a very humanly manner, or they are responding, trying to understand a person's emotions or person's frustration, and they are trying to respond in that fashion. So you try relating to those business needs, and then you'll be able to build a nice project or nice product out of it. Make sense?
I hope this would be useful to all the participants.
Okay, good. Thanks for all your time. It was really nice interacting with you guys, and all the best. If you have any queries, please reach out to me through your channel, and I'll be happy to help you. Okay.
Same here, sir. Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
Thanks, Unnati. Thanks, Aditya and team. Thanks for arranging this wonderful session. I'm really happy that I was able to contribute and provides knowledge that I had experienced in this entire journey of generative AI. Thank you very much, team. Thanks. Take care. Bye.